there have been two major events this year. I mean, the war is definitely the greatest, but there was another event that started in the beginning of the year until the war started, which was the attempt of the government to do a judicial overhaul and the large opposition against it. Now, that also had a significant economic effect because the attempt of the government to do a judicial reform was going to affect the economy negatively to begin with. So it already had some elements of a recessionary effect, although we cannot tell and cannot estimate how big it was. But in my opinion, it definitely, by increasing the risk for investors, it definitely started to reduce investments. So overall, I think that these two elements in domestic demand, tourism, purchases of big consumption items, and most importantly, investment, these will go down and these will make it, they will overcome the rise in military costs and they will make it a recessionary year. But I think that most chances are that this will be a recession and it might be a deep recession too, because the amount of uncertainty in our life is still there. There's definitely another partner that is suffering economically terribly, which is the Palestinians. And I'm not talking about Gaza. There, it's a huge tragedy. I mean, they are becoming all very poor and not to mention miserable. They have no houses now, most of them. You know, this is something terrible. But even if you look at the West Bank, I mean, since the beginning of the war, the workers who used to go to work in Israel from the West Bank are not allowed to go. And the government is still refusing to allow them to go, which means a loss of huge amount of income to people in the West Bank. And if Israel has a recession, they will have a recession too, because Israel will buy less things from them. I mean, the West Bank really depends a lot on Israel because it's trading with, I mean, its trade is mostly with Israel.